Hello, once again, my fans, friends, followers. Thanks again, follow me here on Civilized or Not. Story of my playthrough in Civilization 6, Gathering Storm. Once again, this is Hungary Chapter 3, A Hot Kettle Pot. So here again, the introduction to Hungary. Hungarian Empire joins the world stage with Matthias Corvinus. From humble beginnings, you have shown remarkable growth. Leave your bronze for iron and rule of horse and sword. The sky above begins to reveal its secrets, a collection of heaven that uplifts our hearts and guides us to foreign shores. Mighty Matthias, your feats at arms are matched only by the depth of your knowledge. Let your mighty black army serve as your strong hand on the battlefield, both as sword against your enemies and as shield protecting your faithful people. And ages to come will utter your name in awe. That's the basics for Matthias Corvinus, the King of Hungarian Empire. This is the Raven King. 11 units gain an ability to move them to movement and a +5 combat strength. Cost 35% less gold and resources to upgrade levied units. If you levy troops from a city-state, you receive 2 envoys with the city-state. Gain the Black Army unique unit when the castle technologies is researched. You also get Pearl of the Danube, which is a production bonus to districts and buildings constructed across the river from the city center. Once again, you get the Black Army and the Hussar, both are unique units later in the game, Middle and Renaissance ages. Thermal Bath is a production bonus off of the Entertainment District. So as we continue here with Hungary, there's my capital, Buda. Once again, we got China. So continuing from the last chapter of Chapter 2, I'm building up my military strength surrounding China. Missed a few turns from the end of last video to the beginning of this one. It's a few turns farther. He doesn't like the fact my troops are close by. Too bad. If you do remember the last video, I did promise there would be a war this video, and I was mistaken. It's actually going to be the next. I apologize. This video doesn't have a whole lot going on, but it does help build the story up. So if you just stick around, I will introduce my religion this video. I will also introduce the World Congress. But as far as the action, there's a few skirmishes that take place between me and the barbarians. So you see more of tactical fights between me and them. I don't think I'll lose any units this time. But I do build up my military and I get a good strong military presence. Next video will have my combat with China start. They actually take a couple towns. Anyway, not to spoil what's coming ahead. Here we are playing Hungary, looking around Stedgate at the moment. I was trying to figure out what wonders I was going to put in place. I wanted the Machu Picchu. A couple different good places I could put it on. I also wanted that Oracle, so I was trying to figure out between those two where I was going to put them, as well as districts to surround that. Anytime you place a wonder, you always want to try to plan your theater district, which is the culture district, purple one. The darker purple, not the government. Anyway, you want to try to plan the theater district, which I don't have at the moment. So I had to go and figure out exactly where I could place the theater, and also where I could place the wonders. That's what I was going back and forth looking at these districts. When you plan districts, you want to plan other districts too, because districts have adjacency bonuses, and you want to make sure you get other districts placed in the right spot. Then looking at the pins, mainly the ones I want to plan are the industrial, the commercial, the theater, and the entertainment at the moment. Later on will also be the encampment district for defenses. So at the time I was looking at here, that corner mountain right there where my mouse is, I'm thinking about putting the Machu Picchu. Next to it to the left is where I was going to put the, here I am going to buy it. Yep, that's where I'm going to put the Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is a great wonder that gives you a bonus to culture and currency or commerce. Let's see if I look at it real quick. Got it. Thought I looked at it to see what it did. Anyway, moving on. I'm moving the troops closer to China. Got them surrounded on all sides, getting them closer. Ones that are already there, you can see faded, the green, they're locked in for fortification. This Kolk is growing, it's still stuck in the middle of a riverbank. A little fight going between my ally and barbarians. Looks like Candy got a flood. And yes, the video is at 3 times speed. For the most part of the video, it's going pretty fast, so it's going to be hard for me to talk through everything. That corner tile of mine between the mountains, I'm going to have 4 mountain range. Not the one I just cleared, but the next one down, where my holy site will go. I was clearing those early trees to get a production boost for the wonder. I really wanted that Machu Picchu. There's another wonder I want for the city there, Civilized. That will be the Petra later on. Civilized is surrounded by a lot of desert terrain. Perfect landscape for the Petra. Meanwhile, looking through my cities, trying to get them produced and built. Looking back at Buddha, I think, nope, that's misfolk still. I guess I'm not looking at my cities. Oh, about to scout down, found me a couple barbarians, got to get them out of the way. Got barbarians in China I got to worry about. That volcano turns out to be a bit of a problem later on, but only affects me very little. Eventually I'll have a university campus district next to that volcano. That's as far as I can get with that city Civilized. Looking to see where I'm going to put some envoys. I could go with Venice. Increase my relationship with Venice. I want to keep them. There it is. I've cleared the trees there for the campus, which also gave the production to the Machu Picchu. Bring that worker back down. I work for either a mine or the pasture where the sheep is. Pasture does nothing, but it's a boost to production and food. Every now and then you'll see me constantly looking at my city-states. One of the things holding me back for this war, I want to get the levied units. I get a big bonus, if you don't remember, from my civilization, a big bonus towards levied city-state units. I'll get a combat bonus. I also get a movement bonus. And I also get a commerce bonus, 75% cheaper to upgrade those units. So I don't start the war until I can afford the levied units. I've got 2 allies I can choose from. I go back and forth looking at them. Meanwhile, I've got the fight still going with the barbarians. I've got more barbarians invading me. You can see how I'm going to grow Civilized. China still has that town I want. That's the whole reason I don't like him anymore. Looking at it. Culture to research. If I get a new governor, I believe I go with the Cardinal. Moksha the Cardinal, after I look at a few of these. Victor would be a good one too, but I wait until I can finally plant that city, which will be the next video. Once I clear the city of Foot China, I plant a new one there and I put Victor there. Meanwhile, looking at all these, the financier would have been a good one too, Reina. Put that financier where the city in the middle of the riverbank is going. There's going to be a lot of bonus there for currency. But I stick with the Cardinal at the moment. I'm about to have a holy city here in Civilized. Somebody's building a wonder. What's he building there, gangs? Whoa, I don't know that wonder that was. Ending the turn as we process, we're going to see these barbarians attack me. They don't quite kill me. Now I'm weak. I'm going to decide I'm going to heal. Bring my archer over. I'm going to leave China alone on the western side of China for a moment. He denounces me. Yeah, that's not helping your case there, China. I'm coming for you, China. Hope the music's not too loud. This particular song I chose this time got a pretty dramatic, intense go at it. Oh, good, my city managed to attack. Range. Archer's got that scout. I'm going to keep healing my spearmen. Actually, no, I moved this spearman. I don't know why. I thought it was needed to keep that China trade route, caravan, protected. But why I thought that, I don't know. Should have let him kill it, because it's benefiting China more than it's benefiting me. It's my holy site. That's in queue after the Machu Picchu, so it'll still finish the Machu Picchu. Hopefully I get it done. I already know how that outcome, I'm not going to tell you. Later on, Sedged becomes a great production powerhouse, especially when I get a future wonder that bonuses production. Uh-oh, my pledge broken. China's mad I broke my pledge. Told China my troops are just passing through at the beginning of the video here. If you remember, China asked me about my troops, and I said, oh, they're just passing through, not declaring war. Yeah, he's not happy with me anymore. Oh, well, too bad. What are you going to do about it? I was ready. If China wanted to start a fight now, I'm pretty confident I can handle them at this moment. But I wanted to build up and make sure I had a stronger military than what I've got at the moment. Especially financially, I need to be able to afford the levy cost, and I'm going to probably go with Venus to levy my cost. Back into this combat, move forward. I get still partial move. Unload my. I still got in that trade route. Anyway, that barbarian scout's not going to last. Barbarians attacking my ally Venus, so I eventually moved some units over here, but Venus has got a good fight going. Still can't afford the levy yet for Venus. Or Candy, although I don't like Candy's army, it's too small. I still look at it to see what it would cost me. As the turn ends, more barbarians move in. He spent his turn, so he couldn't shoot me, but I get the first shot with my archer on his archer. That's a good thing. But weaken his archer before he has a chance to attack me. Built a mine there, helped my production. Still quite a ways away from that Machu Picchu. 19 turns it says. I think here I'm going to try and move around some people. Sometimes I'll do this. I'll move around people to get the best possible boost. Sometimes I do it to get a boost in production, but right now I'm so close to getting another population. I actually boosted my food there, if you noticed, which increased the production, or decreased the production, increasing the length of time it's going to take. But once I get that next population, which will be number 7, if I do, then I will have another person helping with production. Back in Buddha, I got me a catapult. Move the catapult in. Looking around, what can I do? In the turn. Sometimes I end the turn without hitting the buttons because I actually hit the enter button on my keyboard. Something you guys don't see. So if you guys are curious how that happens. Looking at my promotions, I'm going to spend my turn in firing on them first. Make sure that my spearman can hit the archer, but I actually don't do it. I feel the spearman. Usually in combat, you can either do one or the other. You get a promotion, but you can't move, you can't fight. If you move, usually you can't fight. If you fight, you can't get a promotion. Sometimes you can move and fight. Depends on how many movement points you have and how much it spends. But right there in that rough terrain with the hills and the forest, I would only be able to do one or the other. Anytime you move across the river without a road, also spends all your movement points. There's later bonuses with the swordsman you guys will see, where I can cross rivers without penalty. I think China's getting a little nervous there. We've got army already surrounding China City, and now I'm bringing in a catapult. That's got to send a message. I'm coming for you, China. Trade route. Why do I move him over there when I already moved him to the Seged? I wanted him to stay in Seged. I wasn't paying attention. Again, this voiceover is being recorded after the fact, as I usually do. I'm watching the video in a playthrough while talking over it. As I fight the barbarians, I don't quite kill them, but he ain't going anywhere. He's dead next turn. Still moving my people around. Don't move them around. I already moved them around for the best food. Great. Now I moved them around. Take them off the food. Somebody finished a wonder. They didn't catch the name of it, but it wasn't what I wanted. Oh, it's a great library. I remember I looked at it. Now I got iron. I got my first swordsman, which gave me a boost in iron production. Looking at the polished cards, I think I moved one for... Yes, I decreased my unit maintenance. So I dropped the cost it takes to maintain my army because I'm getting a big army, which helps my gold production. Always want to make sure you got that gold. There's my swordsmen. I'm going to move them over to the barbarian camp, terrorizing my ally. Take me a couple of turns to get a few units over there. Since I killed them, I spend my bonus there, my promotion, on the bonus to attack ground troops. And specific bonuses I stick with on all three classifications. Anti-cavalry, I usually strengthen my attack against army. He wants my gold. No. Anytime I boost my archers, I try to boost their attack against ground troops. Anytime I boost my melee combat swordsmen, I boost against range. They have defense against range. Helps them get closer while under attack by range. That helps when you're invading cities. You'll see later on, as I invade a city, I'll put all my swords and spearmen up to the city, and I'll back them up with the range behind them. So as they move in towards the enemy, they'll get attacked by range. So I always boost the swordsmen. I'm blabbing, I know. And at Venus still having barbarian trouble. Still can't get my troops over there, but we're working on it. Move these guys to block this passage. No more barbarians coming from the mountain range. Once I heal them, I move them in to see where that barbarian camp is. 17 turns to go on the Machu Picchu. Will I get it? Classical area ends in 8 turns or less. I'm firing on a scout that peeked his head out from the woods. Swordsmen moving along. I've got this trade route caravan moving the road towards my capital from Miskolc. I think that's why I put that trade route there. Despite needing the trade route out of Civilized, where I'm building Machu Picchu, and it would give me a production bonus, I wanted the road between Miskolc and capital as well. Continue moving, get closer to that barbarian camp that's terrorizing my ally. Nothing else I can do. See what China's up to. Sent another envoy. I think that one went to Candy this time. I try to keep it balanced. I've got 2 envoys automatically in Venice because of my diplomat. So if I can get the aqueduct as well as the dam, put those next to each other, put a production house next to them, the industrial zone that is. The industrial zone gets a boost, as you can see in those tips there, get a boost from both the aqueduct and the dam. So if I can keep the industrial bonus adjacent to both of those, that's a +4 production, just from those two. Not to mention if I can keep it next to mines, I need 2 mines for 1 production adjacent bonus, or 2 districts for 1 bonus. The biggest boost come from those infrastructure districts. That's why I keep those there. I actually move that around. I don't stick those there. Nah, I didn't want that. I wanted to keep that rice there, at least for something else. Move the spear, move the archer. Again, I always keep the melee units, like the spearman or the swordsman, ahead of the archer. So the melee is the first one that comes in contact with the enemy. So when I come in contact with the barbarians over there, and there's range behind the trees that I can't see yet, they'll first hit my melee, and then my range will be able to counter-strike. So I need to turn and see what they do. Classic era ends in 5 turns. I'm trying to get my golden age. I'm close to it. Will I make the golden age? So I've got that barbarian scout cornered, but unfortunately what I did not see, and you'll notice in the next turn, a barbarian range comes in contact. Almost takes out my spearman, but my spearman survives. Next turn or the turn after, I almost get jumped by more barbarians. That camp is pretty heavy over there. Those mountains. Ending turns, I process, see what China's up to. He's moving missionaries. No, he better not. Don't touch my cities. Do not touch my cities. That's like an automatic war for me. Skeptics ask, well, I didn't see what the comments said. Too fast. Here we go. This looks like it's going to get ugly. So that range will hit my spearman. That's going to hurt. I'm going to be able to get that scout. I'm going to move this spearman. I could attack it, but I'm not going to, so I'll probably lose it. So I'm going to put it in the forest, which gives me defensive cover. It helps it survive. Four points away, I get a golden age. Do I make it? See, the range hit my spearman. He's almost dead. My archer almost kills their archer. I could actually kill the archer with my spearman, but I'm not going to. I don't know what's beyond that shadow. There's a camp right there, as you can see in the map. So I'm going to leave my spearman there, leave him healing. Meanwhile, this other barbarian intrusion. Ask for my allies, see what that's up. He built iron mine there. That archer attacked my archer, okay. Swords for swords, almost killed him, not quite. Kill him. There we go. Instead of moving my spearman, I keep him there to heal. Check out this other barbarian. Ended turn. He wants my horses. No. He might. No, the Machu Picchu's done. No. I lost the Machu Picchu, people. This is not good. Chimes enchanting encased in iron icon. Oh, because I got my Holy Spirit. Yeah, I got my prophet now. I did make a golden age, but I lost the Machu Picchu. Somebody took the Machu Picchu from me, which finished the Holy District, which actually gave. That's where I got my golden age from. I finished the Holy District. It's the first one of my civilization. Gave me a big boost in era points, enough that I managed to get the Holy, enough for the Golden Age. As you can see down at the bottom right, 48 or 48, I'll have a Golden Age. A couple turns left before it starts. I was lucky there. Unlucky I lost the Machu Picchu, but it might have actually helped me get that golden age. So I'm going to keep the spearman healing while the archer fighting. That barbarian spearman is weak, so hopefully if it attacks, it won't be able to do enough. It won't kill me. Might kill him though. My defense. So I lost Machu Picchu. What else can I build? I'm thinking I'm looking at the Petra now. Since I haven't done the culture district yet, theater, I'm going to remove that theater and move it elsewhere. Petra can only build built on flat land desert. As you can see, most of those are hills. I have to go to the shoreline to put the Petra. So we'll try and get that built. And again, Petra is going to be a huge production bonus and food bonus on every single desert tile my city owns. So that city Sedged, which owns a whole lot of desert, will get a boost in production and food on every tile. So when that city grows out and I cover all that tile, three tiles out in all directions, that's a huge bubble. That's going to be a powerhouse. And it'll be just in range, just enough to put out a harbor there as well, which is my plan. That's it right there, harbor next to the theater district. I'm also going to plan Petra, where that desert tile is, I just marked. And then I'm going to plan the industrial and my favorite wonder of all. If you ever play me and you see me get this wonder, you better be on my side. And that would be the Venetian Arsenal. Why? Because the Venetian Arsenal double carbon copies every military naval unit I build. I get a second one free, and it's every city, not just this city. So any city that builds navy units after the Venetian Arsenal, I'll get 2 naval units for the price of 1. That's impressive. Wait a few videos, a few chapters ahead. I can already tell you I have a massive navy. But it's not built yet as of this point in the video, so just planning it. Just figuring out my plan. Now I made a mistake here, however. If I swap those two where they are now, the industrial district and the commercial district, when you saw them, it would have been better off. Because the industrial would have had more bonuses from mines. But I wasn't thinking that far ahead at the time. The industrial district has to be adjacent to the Venetian Arsenal. Oh, I get to make a dedication here for the era, medieval era, golden age for Hungary. So I'm looking at that. I get a plus, exert 1.5 loyalty pressure on all my cities per citizen. Looking at the bonuses, the Exodus of the Evangelist help boost my religion. Monumentality boosts my civilization by giving me better or more workers and settlers. Pen, brush, and voice is culture boost. Free inquiry gives me a science boost. Those would be my goals of choice, my choosing of goals, but I go with monumentality. I can use my faith to purchase builders as well as settlers. Settlers are 30% cheaper. I get a big boost, not to mention the other boosts I already have to my settlers from my capital. So I'll get a huge boost in settlers now. Next video you'll see me grow out, gain a few more. Despite being at war in the next video with China, I'll gain a couple cities after I take Hannan. Not to spoil what's happening next city, but I'll be able to take Hannan, put my own city there. I wanted it in the first place. I believe I get a couple more out of it after that. Continue moving these troops towards that barbarian. Continue attacking this other barbarian encampment. I leave him there only because I could take the fight, but it will weaken him a little bit. I still cannot see what's beyond that. I get to found my religion. I have used the great prophet. Choose my religion pantheons. Actually, I already have the pantheon. Now I'm going to choose a symbol, make my name up. I always do a custom name based on my city. So Zedged. Name my religion Zegedish. Zegedishin. Of course, I wrote the name first. Always choose your icon and then write the name because they'll clear the name. I'm going to go with the elephants because I got plenty of elephants in that same city. Just by clearing them later on, but it will. So Szegedischen. Founded in Szeged. Now I'm going to choose the religion belief. I'm going to go with religious community. Those others look good too. Religious community will help me boost my economy. I am an economic powerhouse is what I prefer. I always objectively go after economics primarily. So I chose the religious community, and now I get to choose a second belief. So I believe I go with sacred places, which again will boost my economy, plus my culture, science, and faith. I'll get a bonus in each of those. Every city which has a world wonder. Since I seem to be liking world wonders, it makes sense to me that I go with that. I'll look at these other ones too. Holy Waters was good. I can heal all my people much better in my city with the holy site. Any city with the holy city gets plus 10 in my health boost. Stewardship's just science and gold from both the science and gold districts. Lay ministries, culture, and faith from those respectively, plus 1 each. But once again, I go with sacred places. That's a big boost, plus 2 on all 4 of those. That's an 8 plus yield. As long as I have a wonder in a city. 8 plus yield. That's amazing right there. Szegedischen is the true path. In the game anyway. So right now I only got 2 cities, 11 followers of the religion. So all my followers follow my pantheon as well as my 2 religion beliefs. If I spread my religion to other cities, they don't follow my pantheon. They just follow my religious belief. One of my beliefs, only good for my civilization. The second belief, he wants more gold. No. The second belief spreads to all civilizations, as long as I spread. So here we are, the World Congress. So I'll explain this a little bit. I think I stepped away, there's a big long pause. But the World Congress in this game allows all the world leaders, the leaders in the game taking place, to effectively vote for various proposals brought forth between all the leaders. We all see the same proposals at the same time. Starting out, we only get 2. I think the next era will still get 2. Era after that, we'll get 3. I think 3 for the next couple eras after that. And then 4 on the future era, which is toward the end of the game. So basically what we'll get is we'll get a proposal, 2 proposals, and we can choose nay or yay. And then we choose which target the proposals will affect. And it's hard to explain without seeing it. And again, there's a big long pause here, so I'm just trying to stall to get to it. But say you want to choose a bonus to troops. You can choose the bonus to come from economy, production, or faith. Say you want to choose a bonus from a specific district. You choose the bonus to be positive or negative, because you can also choose penalties if you want to hurt other civilizations. Alright, so here again, moving, going in. Got the resolutions, mercenary companies. So as I was just explaining, I can produce or purchase military units using the chosen currency type plus 100% of the cost until the next World Congress. Or option B, reducing that by 50% the cost until the next World Congress. I go with reducing for production, which will help everybody, not just me. You'll have to keep in mind, these resolutions help everybody, but some might not be as lucrative of the outcome. But it shows that there's 3 people preferring that, including my enemy, my neighbor. I'm not going to say enemy yet. My other neighbor and an unmet player all prefer B. So do I. I choose B. reduce the cost by 50%, I'm going to choose production. I can choose faith or gold, but I choose production, which will help me yank out a bunch of units really quickly. Put a few votes to that. I've got a total of 105 103 at the moment, as you see up top in the corner. Next next resolution is Urban Development Treaty. So one of these we get a boost. I can choose which district will get a boost, which will also boost the buildings within that district. I go with the campus because I have a science, got a huge science boost campus in my capital. If you guys remember, I've got my science district next to a bunch of mountains. So I really want that. I pushed that out, but then I changed my mind. I wasn't sure what to go with. And you don't have to spend all your diplomacy points. It's a good idea to save some, a few, but I really wanted one. You should never spend all of them on one proposal. But I wasn't really listening. So there it is. I'm going to submit that. See the two resolutions I'm voting for. We'll see what the rest choose. Submit. If I submit, I'm going to push it. Did push it. There we go. Now it shows all the others have put theirs through and both have passed. Look at that. So producing, purchasing military units chosen. Currency type is 50, minus 50 production. As I said, production bonus. Urban development, plus 100% production towards buildings of that district. I chose the campus. Both were passed. As I end this, it will tell me, but I don't stay on it long enough. It'll show that I got one diplomatic point that awarded to me. Now looking at Buddha, I've got this government plaza. I can build one of these three buildings, but you can only have one of these three. You cannot build the other. So as I'm looking at all three of them, I'm trying to see if I can explain it. You've got the ancestral hall, which will give me settlers and boost settlers in the city, plus one governor title. I go with the ancestral hall to spoil it, but that's what I go with. So I'm going to have a boost of settlers just out of this city. A governor in this city will give me settlers without costing any population from this city. And then my faith will give, what was it? My goal for the era as my golden age, I chose the boost towards, I could choose builders and settlers with faith. So purchase with faith costs cheaper by faith. I also get settlers without losing population, and I get settlers much faster, much cheaper. So I got a huge boost in settlers just from those three different choosings. Meanwhile, seeing where I could work next. Go and build this plantation for cotton. Still haven't built a plantation for silk yet, but that'll come. Intern. Let's see if I intern. Yes, I end a turn now. Trying to figure out this natural wonder here. It's supposed to give me the sword or spear of Fion, or something like that. Giant's Causeway. Spear of Fion. Plus 5 combat bonus. I'm trying to see if these two already received it because they're next to it. I just wasn't there to see it. Turns out they do have it. Just doesn't show. Doesn't actually show a promotion marking, but they do have it. You'll see when you fight. Games and recreation. I'm trying to decide if I want to go with that, which I do. No, actually, yeah. I completed the games and recreation. Now I chose theology. Theology will give me some policy cards for faith. Give me another one I might want. Or more buildings. Temple. Give me the temple. So I started the aqueduct. Part of that plan is in place. Give me a food bonus here with the rice farm. Help that town grow faster. The faster I grow, the more production I get sooner. Meanwhile, let's move some more troops, I think. Actually, no, the turn ended, so I'm just waiting for it to process. There we go. So now we're gonna... What else are we gonna build now? If I was thinking ahead of time, now would be a good time to swap those. Swap both the production district and the Venetian arsenal to the other side with the currency and the harbor. I swapped them over, and it would have been perfect placement. I ended up not. I should have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Buy that tile. I'm going to put that in the queue. Get that Petra started once the shrine is finished. At the moment I'm going to clear the... Oh no, I'm going to put the camp there and get a gold bonus. Later on I'm going to clear the elephant. Harvest the elephant and get a big bonus of gold and food. At the moment I'm going to keep that luxury there. Plantation on that silk, that's a good gold bonus. I've now got up to plus 12 gold. A few turns ago I was only plus 5. Now I'm gaining 12 gold a turn. So as I move these troops out of the way, you'll notice my archer will move in and it will take the Spear of Fion. You'll see it across the screen. Come on, I'm thinking tactics. That's why I was going back and forth between what they can do, what I can do. Yep, I was thinking tactics. So I end those, even though both of those units had one more turn they could have gone. Tactically, I'm waiting. I wanted to, if I moved the combat melee swordsman close to the spearman, they would have attacked me. If I moved the archer, he wouldn't be able to attack anyways. So I waited. Next turn, you'll see me move those two and still attack at the same time. His border grew, which kicked my unit off that one tile. China's becoming ever more of a problem. Pasture. So watch what I do. I move one. Spear of Fion. Attack with the range. Now attack with the sword. He's still got one to move. Now attack with the horse. I didn't attack with the horse first because the spearmen have a bonus against horsemen. So had I attacked the spearmen at their full strength, it would hurt my horsemen more. So I wait until it was the last attack and my horseman was able to clear that camp. I almost come to an end now. Just want to thank you all. Again, war hasn't started yet, but this kettle pot is hot. War will start next video. I'll spoil that for you. Even more, stick around, you'll see me actually take a city. Take back my city that I wanted. Now I'm just looking at different layers of the map to see what's what. Food and housing and stuff like that. Eventually I'll get a neighborhood district. I'm looking at how housing would take effect. Remove those pins, I don't need them anymore. You'll also see in the next video I will add a few more cities. I will continue to grow my faith, I believe. Or the video after that, I'll add another apostle to grow my faith. The most important thing that will happen is the war will start. Thanks again, everybody watching. This is Chapter 3, Hungary. Kettle is hot. Hot Kettle Pot is what I call it. Thanks again watching Civilization, Gathering Storm with me. Stay tuned for more chapters.